but I think BidView has to be a little bigger to hire the appropriate person to come in and help us manage a system like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked at like KimKey 2.5, and like we've looked at some things. We haven't looked at it for us as much. I have like two things to say about what you just shared. It was mainly for clients that want to set up their own setup, right? Like, and that's where a lot of the conversations have come in. Like, okay, you understand this. We need to inject this layer into our team. How do we do that? But we're in a regulated industry. So what do we do about that? Right. There's also in Texas, there's some laws that are about to go live. Like there's a lot of things that are going to go live in September. So I think a lot of conversation, like even nationally, like, so it's about governance. It's about AI policy, what's happening with this data. I think to your point, like a lot of clients, like, I'm like, no, you got to give me your old client list and we'll upload it to Facebook and we'll make like a lookalike audience. Right. And they're really leery of that. Right. They're really leery of that. And I go, I understand why you're leery, but I'll tell you, they have all the data and they're only going to hash match it if they have it. And if they have it, they already have it. So if it, if like 80% of the emails match, like, okay, you gave them 20%, but like these big companies have so much data. I'm actually more concerned with like quantum computing, right? Like at that point, you don't have any. Okay, so you just assume like it's all out there, but I do think that like you can say don't train the model. Like I would encourage everybody to go kind of look at that, look at the terms of service, put the terms of service in a LLM, and then come up with your own policy for vendors of what you want them to do with it. Like, who knows what's happening now? What you're saying with Amazon makes perfect sense. And I think that a lot of these companies don't have policies and they're just spinning up all kinds of stuff. And then others are like, don't use it at all. And so like, where's that happy medium? And I think that that's where the next conversation is going to be, is around governance. I think we hit on a lot of things that I think we'll see over the next, 6 months or a year. But to your point, like, I haven't totally thought about that because like the overhead to do that, it hasn't been an issue from clients yet.
Right.
And we're trying to be as, like responsible with their data as possible. And I don't know. I think what are the relationships that Google has with Gemini, right? Like they already have all that data. Like, okay, Mantis has everything from Facebook and the whole, we'll use Mantis. Well, here's the interesting thing. They still, on the engineering side, on the silos, we were trying to like run some Mantis ads. And then it was like saying that these ads like are not going to work. And, or if you like even use like, if you use whatever I'm sure it's Mantis, whatever they're calling it, Meta AI, like to generate images in Facebook, they're down promoting their own images. Like they haven't turned on, like, so I was like, oh, let me use their images because anything new that you come out with, right? It'll kind of give it an extra boost. So I started using it and I was like, oh, it's like de-promoting like my post because I'm using their own video image generator. And I was like, okay, but if I use like a ChatGPT or whatever, like it will do fine. And I'm like, So I mean, I think this stuff is really just moving so fast that like once that curve maybe starts to S curve flatten out, we can kind of see what's happening. But man, the world's going to look really, really different at that time. And I mean, I don't know, like, is SEO going to be a thing? What does that transform into? What does marketing look like? Like, I think that good understanding of branding and marketing and those fundamentals, like those reps, like, I think we're going to be in a really good position. But yeah, that's what's happening. Sorry, I'm like going on a spiel here, but that's what I'm hearing from law associates, like you said, and I've read some articles that the people that are just coming out of school, like there's not really a need for that person to do that because AI can do it. So then you're like, well, do I hire that person? Okay, well, they got to have this knowledge of AI. Oh, I don't see that. but they don't have the knowledge to be here. So there's going to be a threshold of a lot of hires that are coming out of school that, like, do you really want to hire that person? Like, no, you really need that 5 years, like when the recruiters come get you, of whatever you learned. And how are those people going to make the jump? You know, I don't know. I think it's real world experience. So, and then everybody's getting fired. So then you got a bunch of people out there doing their own thing. Like, but that's where most of the small businesses are. Like, the world, like from a system thinking standpoint, like all these things have, like, you know, second line effects and third line effects. And like, I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. And yeah,
I mean, people will have different reactions to me saying this. We live in the United States, so obviously we need infrastructure improvements, pressing and pushing. Obviously the technology people are some of our brightest. They have been, they went there because that's where the largest economic gain was. And so if they get squeezed out, people are going to go look for where the other large, those intelligent people, where are the other large economic gains going to be. And in the United States, these are all these infrastructure projects that we don't ever get around to because we don't have the human capacity to do it. So now that's not to say that that generation that does get pushed out, they're not going to re-job into that, but some of them might. But there might be, you know, over time it resorts itself out into ways that it's hard for us to fathom because we're just, I'll be 40 this year, right? So when I grew up, it was like, go be an engineer, go learn how to work on computers, right? That was the whole mentality. And so that's where we all went. I mean, if I look at most of the people that I grew up with, it's engineers, doctors, and lawyers, right? Like those were the places we went. We're seeing AI actually increase the need for doctors because it's able to do and read results faster. So, right, the big argument 5 years ago was radiology is dead. And then we saw the opposite of that. We need more radiologists because the AIs are able to read more of the test faster. And so now people are using radiology for tests that we never thought about. So it's increased that need. Obviously, we talked about the problems with the lawyers. And then on the engineering side, if you're thinking like physical engineering, we need so many of those people right now. Maybe not the computer engineers. That seems to be the direction of where the jobs are getting compressed. But it'll be a reshifting of like how that white collar, like that upper class white collar careers get shifted. I think, you know, I don't foresee AI, even if it's as great as it is, it's going to take a long time for a person to be comfortable walking into a room with an AI that diagnoses you, right? Like, yeah, it's going to be a long time before we get to that. And the nurses are obviously understaffed, and I don't care how good your humanoid robot is. I just don't see humans outsourcing that to, right? So the jobs are there. They're underserved now. It's going to be just a rebalancing of, there's only so many people, right, to be able to do these types of.
Yeah. Wow. I think that's wild. I think it's a great place to kind of end. We'll have to have you back on.